meetings law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have an advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Belvidere Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the time, date, and place thereof posted with the Star Ledger and Express Times and submitted to the town clerk of the town of Belvidere on January 16th, 2020. We stand for the flag salute, please.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Laura, would you like to read the mission statement?
All right. The mission of Belvidere School District is to celebrate our past and empower our future while focusing on the 4 cornerstones of our district: tradition, excellence, academics, and community. We strive to build confidence and promote collaboration. We encourage an equal partnership with our students and staff as well as its community members. We empower everyone to develop best version of themselves. The Belvidere School District is committed to shaping students into global citizens who take initiative for their success and contribute to the continued excellence of the district. Our students are leaders in the decision-making process of their education and will be prepared to excel in a 21st century society.
Roll call. Mr. Ackerman? Mr. Blum? Dr. Zeppeth?
Here.
Duckworth? Kennedy?
Here.
Scott?
Here.
Scott. Steffen?
Here.
Mr. Ty? Weidlich? And Mrs. Gardella.
Here.
Next on our agenda is the results of the November 14th, 2022 school board election. Elected for a 3-year term, we have Jennifer Scott and Morris Scott, and a 2-year unexpired term was Robert Zeppeth. Gave you all the oath. We're gonna like to stand, repeat after me. Please, Mr. Scott. We're gonna do it all together. I state your name.
I, Jennifer Scott,
Do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same and to the governments established in the United States
to the governments established in the United States
and this state
and this state
under the authority of the people,
for the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I state your name.
I, Jennifer Scott,
Solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law
that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law
for the office of member of Board of Education,
for the office of member of a Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified as a voter
that I am not disqualified as a voter
pursuant to RS 19:1,
pursuant to RS 19:4-1,
nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime
nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime
or offense listed in NJS 18A 12-1,
or offense listed in NJS 18A 12-1,
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties
of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Excellent. Please sign those and pass them back over. At this point in the meeting, I'd like to take nominations for the position of President of the Board of Education.
Jen Scott.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? One nomination. Great.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I took your pen. Can I? I just sit here? All right. I'm a creature of habit. All right. Election of vice president. Any nominations for vice president? I was just about to second, but I was like, that's not right. She's not here. Quick second there. I second that. Aye. That's what happens when you come late. Yeah.
I needed a couple more.
Okay. All right. Yes, we did it. All right, we're now going to interview board candidates for our open 2023 seat. He is not here. Okay. Okay. And it's only one candidate, the one that you sent us the information. Okay, so then we are going into executive session. Motion to go into executive session. Right? Oh, that was it? Sorry. All right. And we're not doing the board committee appointments, so we're going to skip that. Right? Let's just wait a second. I'm not sure. Okay. Okay, so skipping executive session, skipping the board appointment, and moving to the reorganization agenda. So motion to approve agenda items numbers 1 through 4. All in favor?
Aye.
On those items? Okay. Yes, I didn't say roll call.
Aye.
Dr. Zeppeth?
Crazy.
Yes.
Mrs. Duckworth?
Yes.
Mrs. Kennedy? Mrs. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Scott? Mrs. Steffen?
Yes.
Mr. Ty?
Yes.
Mrs. Weidlich? Yes. Mrs. Gardella?
Yes.
Okay, now we're gonna move to education items. This is the one addendum that was added, so it's one item, and it's item number 5. Has everybody gotten a chance to look at that? It was listed in red, and then there was a description. The request to establish a special education program or service.
Why are we, what's the point of this? What drove this?
We have a specific student, I think I actually mentioned it in executive session last meeting, with, be very careful because we're talking about a specific student, but with specific needs that if we don't establish this program, we would be sending the student out of district.
Okay.
Did I do that well?
Yes, you
You
did.
did that very well. And I'm assuming that means
Be careful.
savings, even though we might have to hire a teacher.
Very
correct?
much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
probably at least $50,000 or $60,000 in savings.
what I thought. Okay.
Any other questions about number 5?
Yes, yeah, not likely this current school year, but for the foreseeable school years, yes.
Any other discussion? A motion to approve, number 5?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, then we're moving to continuing business. I just have a reminder that next Wednesday at 6:30 is our full board meeting on fields and finance and those special projects that we want to discuss as a full group, especially to our new member, Ms. Gardella, 6:30 next Wednesday. And then 5:30, we have a curriculum meeting scheduled. So I know that we had an old curriculum committee. Obviously, there'll have to be some changes. So if everybody can like, I have to say by this Friday, I know it's only giving a 2 days turnaround, send me an email on one of the committees that you would like and one that you would not like. And we'll just go from there. Just give me one, and I'll do my best to give you at least one of your preferences. And if there's one that you absolutely don't want, let me know that too. So then by this weekend, I can send an email out on who is on curriculum so that you can be here an hour earlier next Wednesday for 5:30.
Can I just jump in on that?
Mhm.
It might be beneficial to change curriculum and bring finance in next Wednesday. And I was going to do this with continuing business too, is we had an opportunity to meet with an appraiser on Friday to discuss the value of Third Street School. And he would be available at 5:30 this Wednesday to answer questions from the Finance Committee. And he would have at least a ballpark figure, if not a pretty dialed-in figure, as to what the value of the building would be.
Okay, so you're saying no curriculum,
No
just
curriculum,
finance?
Just finance, and then we can possibly look to do curriculum on the 18th to match up with instructional council.
Okay, so I would if you let me know by Friday, I will let you know by Sunday which committee you're on. So I can catch up this weekend and who needs to come at 5:30, and then everybody else I hope I see at 6:30 next Wednesday. Anything else for continuing? Yeah.
With that meeting, are we establishing guidelines, rules, and so on and so forth? Because I'm assuming too that we're going to have public here
Mhm.
that is going to be speaking regarding this. So what are the parameters, or are there,
We have policy specific to,
I'm just so we all.
yeah,
are
I'll
on the-
forward that
Okay.
on Friday, so everybody can see, or maybe I'll send it with the Tuesday update, so everybody can see. But I think it's I think we limit it to an hour total and 5 minutes per person of public participation specific to the agenda. item.
Mm-hmm. Any other continuing business?
I have a question. Not sure if it goes to you or if it goes to Brad.
Mhm.
That data that was sent out, is there any way to get good data? Because, I mean, that was useless.
Yeah.
When you have 7 people on a softball team, we obviously didn't have a softball team.
Yeah,
If we only had 7 people.
We did talk about that, so we're going to try to figure out how to go back and see like if there's hard copies of rosters and
Rosters or
stuff like that.
something?
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to normalize the data to factor out the fact that we had a declining enrollment, but when
Yeah.
you had not correct counts for the teams, it really skewed everything
Yeah.
horrifically.
Yeah, hopefully I can have that. Not hopefully, we'll have that together for you by Tuesday, so I can send out like a packet on Tuesday of just
Okay.
information for that meeting Wednesday.
Good, thank you.
All right, any other continuing business?
Yes, with a number of projects that we have coming up that are very expensive projects, I'm just wondering if we've had any further development on the Belvidere Education Foundation. Something that would actually be able to raise funds for these types of projects. We done anything with that?
We really haven't, but when we met with St. Luke's the last time we met with them, they said that that's something they would be looking to help us get established. Although that would be contingent on us renewing the contract with them too. But I think that would be helpful. They seem to have helped establish in a couple different districts. So
We have another meeting with them?
we do not have one scheduled, but they are very willing to come in and meet with us again. They were supposed to send us a rough draft of the next contract, but they have not done that yet.
I'd like to know what assistance they can offer.
So maybe invite them to not next week's finance, but the one after that, schedule two in January.
That sounds good.
Any other continuing business?
I would like to talk about the Third Street thing coming up for next week then, assuming there's still no change to the feasibility study, because it doesn't seem like anything has happened with that.
Mhm.
I can't see anything with consolidation happening any quicker, because we can't even get step one to be accomplished for us. What are we gonna do when we're out of room if we sell Third Street? Because we're in trouble now.
We took a very good look at the building prior to, well, actually, it was probably more like Thanksgiving, and there's actually a lot of room here that we're not utilizing well. So that's going to be our main focus on how to better use the rooms that we have.
Okay,
A
so
lot of open space that doesn't get used well.
that might do us a year, maybe 2 years. if we're looking about the possibility of any other schools coming here, then
Yeah, but I also think that if we consolidated or we regionalized that, we would be sending out as much as we'd be taking in.
but there's been interest from other schools that have publicly
Mm.
said that,
Yeah, but that's specific to the high school, so I think that there's plenty of room in the high school to.
but you're
Tell me the
but that's what I'm saying, we're utilizing the high school for all of our middle schools.
school.
Sixth, seventh, and eighth grade is taking a huge part of that. And if that continues and we need that room for the high school, where do we go? It's like, we have, once that building's gone, if it's gone,
Mhm.
we have nowhere to go unless you're gonna build onto the school. And monetarily, I can't see that's a possibility right now. We can't even fill some other positions that we might want to because of money.
I understand your point. I also think that overall, the money we'd have to put in Third Street to bring it up to speed would probably equate to what we would spend on building another section of one of these buildings. So it's probably better money spent, but that's complete conjecture without really going through everything.
So we'd be looking at maybe hanging on to the funds that come out of that building for
Correct.
that
I
we're
guess
in
we'd
trouble.
see what we get, first of all. You have to kind of get a sense of,
Yeah.
you also have to make sure that it makes sense to sell it financially.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's part of the discussion. When we met with the appraiser at first, what he was looking at, his quick research that he did was to just knock the building down and put houses there, which I don't think makes financial sense for the district because of what are we gonna get, $200,000 for it? But then as him and I went through the building, and we went through, and I mean literally every nook and cranny of that building, then he saw some different ideas, whether it's retail business, whether it's apartments, whether it's a combination of both, whether it's doctor's offices. So there was a lot more to it. So and he's gonna hopefully present that when we meet with him, just to get a sense.
So then, I know we'll discuss,
Mhm.
much more in detail next week, but is there a way to, in case board members have that kind of question of, all right, if I agree to move that direction, can you show me where we're gonna fit? Could we just have
Yeah.
like a draft plan of some of the things we could do?
Yep.
For next week?
Yeah, I mean, I agree that the building, the way it is, we're losing on it, and it's an old building, and there's a lot of upgrades, but I just want to make sure that there's a backup plan for if we can, and obviously there could be a lot of good money that comes out of that we could utilize otherwise. I just want to, since our feasibility study is not even coming yet, like, I have a hard time saying, oh, in 2 years, we're going to be ready to decide where we're going in the future 10 years. So I'm just thinking in 5 years, we could be stuck, and then what's going to happen?
Any other continuing business? Okay, any new business? All right.
I just wanted to note that the budget calendar
Mhm.
was in your packet. We're starting to formulate the budget for 23-24, so I think we already have finance
Mm-hmm.
plan later in the month, so we can double up with St. Luke's.
Okay.
I just have one other question. I could actually, I guess, gone under continuing business as well. But when it comes to the Warren County Consortium, Belvidere's information is really out of date. The contact person no longer works in the district.
Okay.
So if I can I forward that to you? Don't want me to forward it to Jess?
Forward it to me,
It's
yeah.
got to get forwarded to somebody to get corrected.
Mhm.
So
It's
that-
funny, I was looking at it with Vicky Demers and Harmony today also, so.
Yeah, it's a little outdated, only because another competition is coming up.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
no, obviously no one's getting
Yeah, just send it over and I'll take care of it.
What is that organization?
The Belvidere, or the Warren County Consortium is all of the Warren County school districts that participate in all of the GATE activities, the gifted activities, and all the competitions throughout the county.
Gotcha, thank you.
Any other new business? Okay, public participation. Okay, seeing none. All right, motion to go into executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion made to go into executive session to discuss negotiations. Any discussion held by the board which need not remain confidential will be made public as soon as practicable. Minutes of the executive session will not be disclosed until the need for confidentiality no longer exists. The board will reconvene in public session at the conclusion of the closed session, I don't know, in 20 minutes maybe?
Mhm.
All right.
Action. Second. Aye. So we'll see everybody